And on table 4, I just elected to donk here. I think the B limped under the gun. I have no equity, but it's not bad to try to steal the limp pots as often as you can. The turn is a questionable bet or check. I just decided to give up. I think it's a good scare card sometimes to barrel, but I only have 51 hands with him, so I don't know his calling frequencies on later straights yet. So take the nitty route until I get a better read on him. But going back to playing against short stackers, somebody like GT Game that raises constantly, I think you can, when he comes in for a raise, since he is opening 25% of his hands, which is pretty high, especially for a short stacker, I think you can 3-bet small because it puts him to the test of putting his entire stack in. Say he comes in for 10 to 12 bucks, now I make it 2.5 to 3 times, 25 to 30, and he's got 125 left, so he's pretty much got to shove or fold there, risk his whole stack. So he's left in a quandary. So later on in this session, I don't know if it'll come up in this video, but I do end up 3-betting him pretty light whenever he opens, just because he's either got to fold or shove, and usually he'll probably end up folding. So I think it's profitable to 3-bet a wide range of hands against him. And I wouldn't go with those hands, the hands that the lighter range. I would just be picking up his $10, $12 plus the blinds every time to compensate for the times that he does shove. On table 3, it's a pretty interesting spot. I elected to call Cry for Visions early position raise. You notice he's pretty nitty, so I don't like to 3-bet with ace queen off here out of position against his under the gun +1 opener. On the flop, I think you should always call here. Your ace queen high, my ace queen high could be good, and if I pair, then it's definitely a hand where they may value cut themselves, thinking that they can rep the hand that I have. So I called the flop. Turn king, he checked it back, so I don't think he ever has kings. River's a 9. I elected to bet here as a bluff, just because I think he could have some aces in his range, and I want to get him off the chop. And also, I want him to fold some pocket pairs. Even though I'm not repping a whole lot, I can still have a 9 or a king in my range. I think sometimes he'll fold some pocket pairs under a 9. I think my bet sizing is okay. It kind of looks like a value bet from a king or a 9, but I might have preferred actually an overbet. He ended up having jacks, so I don't mind my bet there too much. My hand does have showdown value, and yes, some of you guys may say, why bet there? Your ace has a lot of showdown values and you're probably going to get called by small pocket pairs a lot, but I don't think I will, actually. Not against the reg. You have to look at it from his perspective. What did I call with on the flop? It's going to look like a pocket pair or a 9 a lot. So if he's got a pocket pair smaller than a 9, I think he's going to fold enough times to make a bet profitable on the river. Plus, yeah, he's going to have some aces in his range, some ace X hands types in his range, and he's never going to call for a chop there when I bet that amount. So just because on a 9-9 or 9-deuce-deuce rainbow flop, it always looks like I'm calling with some kind of showdown hand. So let me talk about what I've been doing since Black Friday, since others American grinders have. After Black Friday, the World Series was right around the corner, World Series of Poker, and well, let me get to that after I talk about hand number 2, which I thought is kind of interesting. I 3-bet pay 1 light. I think Queen 5 suited is fine. It's obviously the bottom end of my range of 3-betting. And I checked to see his 4-bet stats. The very loose player on my left, I think he had a 4-bet stat of 3 to 4%, which is hard to gauge from that how light he is here. Well, another reason why it's unreliable is sample size is always going to be small for 4-bet.